And in a big thumbs up for Prime Minister Narendra Modi's economic policies in India, the global credit rating agency Moody's has given a rating upgrade for the country. Moody's Investor Services has upgraded India's sovereign ratings to Baa2 from its lowest investment grade Baa3, giving credit to the Narendra Modi government for its wide-ranging program of economic and institutional reforms. It has now changed the outlook for India's rating to stable from positive. Moody's said that the Indian government is midway through a wide-ranging program of economic and institutional reforms, such as the recently introduced Goods and Services Tax, the GST, which promotes productivity by removing barriers to interstate trade.
Well, I think there will. This is an upgrade which has really happened after 13 years. And we welcome this upgrade. We believe that it is a belated recognition of all the positive steps which have been taken in India in the last few years, which has contributed to the strengthening of the Indian economy.
Welcoming the upgrade, the Indian Finance Minister Arun Jaitley said that such an upgrade actually happens after 13 years, and it is an endorsement and a recognition of reforms process taking place in India. He stated that a series of steps, including demonetization, has taken Indian economy to a greater formalization and digitization.
This is a welcome development, but we also feel it's long overdue, because you will recall that in the economic survey we compared India's rating with, say, China's, and just from a general relative perspective we felt that the rating agencies had not recognized India's underlying macroeconomic situation. So that's welcome. It's also, I think, a recognition of the actions that the government has undertaken, GST, bankruptcy, MPC and all of that. But I think we also need to keep all these things in perspective. I think the government is going to do what it has to do on the domestic front, employment growth, economic growth, reviving investment and so on.
The rating upgrade for India comes at a time when rating agencies Standard & Poor's and Moody's have cut China's sovereign rating. In an exclusive conversation, the Chief Executive Officer of Niti Aayog, Amitabh Kant, said that the move reflects a growing global confidence in the Indian economy.
Almost after a decade for India, how do you read this development?
I think it clearly establishes that Moody's have taken into consideration and recognized the fact that India has carried a vast number of structural, institutional and procedural reforms across sectors in India's economy. And while doing so, they've tried to make India easy and simple, one tax economy, but at the same time ensuring that we have a high level of fiscal discipline in the economy. So I think this commitment to fiscal discipline has been a critical factor while undertaking. No country has been able to do this, that while undertaking structural reforms, it has ensured that its fiscal deficit actually over a period of time consistently comes down. And this I think is a very critical factor, and this in the long run will enable Indian investors to get capital at much lower rates. And I think this is really the key thing, that this will enable Indian companies and companies from abroad who are investing in India to get liquidity at a much lower rate, and this will make them much more viable when they invest in India.
Mr. Kant, my question to you is, were you expecting this kind of an upgrade by Moody's, considering the fact that there have been clear hiccups in the rollout of the GST? Was this something that was expected?
Well, I've been expecting it for the last 1 year, simply because the Indian economy has been doing doing well over a period of time, and India has undertaken major reforms. Reforms across sectors in terms of the Free India Easy and Simple, One Tax Economy. We've carried out reforms in the revenue sector. We've carried out, in fact, reforms across every single sector of India's economy. So this should have definitely counted for this.
And also my last question to you, Mr. Kant, will be where does India go from here? You know, Moody's has given its upgrade. We expect more reforms to in fact roll out, and GST's tax slabs are being rationalized. Where do we go from here?
So I think where we go from here, the key thing is that this must push the private sector to invest in a much bigger way within India. And secondly, our exports must grow rapidly. Our exports have grown in the last 2 months, but has again, it needs to be consistent growth over a long period of time, and this necessitates that we do production to global size and scale with efficiency and to global standards, because India must grow on the back of exports. That's critical. So to my mind, these two issues are important.
A favorable rating obviously helps governments and companies to raise capital in the international financial market. Also, institutional investors rely on ratings in making investment decisions. Moody's expects the real GDP growth to moderate to 6.7% in the fiscal year, ending in March 2018. WION also spoke to HDFC CEO Keki Mistry over these boosts to the Indian economy. Listen in.
Well, I think it's a reflection of the fact that the global world, the rating agencies believe that the measures that have been taken by the government in recent times is what is required by the economy. We had the GST implementation, we had the Real Estate Regulatory Act, we had the capitalization of the public sector banks. So all of these measures have been taken very positively by global investors and by rating agencies globally. So what it does is, with India's rating having improved, that go to the overseas market will now be able to borrow money at much lower interest rates compared to what they would have been able to borrow in the past. I think a lot of people were expecting that a rating change could happen, a rating upgrade could happen, and this happened at an opportune time.
Global credit rating agency Moody's has given a big thumbs up for Moodynomics with the rating upgrade for India. The upgrade comes after a gap of 13 years. India's ratings have been upgraded by 2 notches from Baa3 to a positive Baa2. Take a look at this report. We're facing some technical problems, but we have with us from the newsroom our business correspondent, Sumit Chaturvedi, to help us to understand a bit better what does it mean. Sumit, thank you very much for joining us on the broadcast. The first question is, often these kind of data and percentages looks very, very distant from the everyday life of investors. But what these could mean, what does an upgrade on the financial market mean for whoever is willing to invest in the Indian economy?
If you see it in an individual capacity, it may look a bit of a bright spot, but this, when combined with a lot of decisions taken, decisions taken over the last few months, this makes India an attractive destination though, but it also depends how investors see them. But yes, this kind of, the overall job of Moody's and Standard & Poor's is to give this kind of treatment to countries that investors develop some confidence in the country, and this combined with the intention of the government, also GST, new laws, insolvency and bankruptcy code, this combined together, that generates some kind of confidence for the investor to come. So that's why investors can come and put money, but that depends whether they want to come in the form of foreign portfolio investor just to put in money and take it out whenever they want to, or they want to come, put in money, invest, build factories, build industries. So 2 kind of investments happen. First is for making money, profit, which is not a good investment, I would say, so that because it's there till the time the profit is there. Second investment is good, that create jobs and industries, they are set up in India.
Right, thank you very much, Sumit. Stay with me. We've got the report which has come finally in. So obviously an increase in the ratings in the international financial market ratings helps the government and countries to increase the level of investment. Take a look at this report.
The global credit rating agency Moody's has given a big thumbs up for Moodynomics with a rating upgrade for India. This upgrade comes after a gap of 13 years. India's ratings have been upgraded by 2 notches from Baa3 to a positive Baa2. So here's what all of that means. In 2004, when Moody's upgraded India's status to Baa3, it was the lowest investment grade, just a notch above junk status. So while India cheers the positive outlook, what's the reason for the upgrade? Well, Moody's has given the credit to the Modi government for its wide-ranging program of economic and institutional reform. Moody's cited the goods and services tax, a landmark reform that turned India's 29 states into a single customs union for the first time. It will boost productivity by removing barriers to interstate trade. Now, the agency also cited reforms like the Aadhaar system of biometric accounts and direct benefit transfer schemes. Moody's explained its India ratings upgrade in a detailed statement. And this is what it says. I'm quoting them. The decision to upgrade the ratings is underpinned by Moody's expectation that continued progress on economic and institutional reforms will over time enhance India's high growth potential and its large and stable financing base for government debt, and will likely contribute to a gradual decline in the general government debt burden over the medium term. End quote. Now here's why the upgraded status matters for the Indian economy. Very simply put, it means that the cost of capital will reduce and more FDI is expected to flow in, as certain investors don't invest in countries rated below the Baa3 mark. The move will also improve sentiment in the equity markets. Also, the upgrade for India comes at a time when rating agencies like Standard & Poor and Moody's have cut China's sovereign rating. Now, the sovereign credit ratings are a barometer of a country's monetary, fiscal and regulatory policy climate. And as we just noted, a favorable rating helps governments and companies raise capital in the international financial market.
Now, our business correspondent Sumit Chaturvedi is still with us. No doubt that the Narendra Modi government has done a lot, especially to invite foreign investors into India. But is this upgrade something which comes out only of the action of this current government, or this is something that has been maturing during years of better economy in India?
Well, second take, I would say that is better that it's been maturing from the many years. It's not a matter of 1 year or 1 month or maybe 1 week. It's a matter of many months or steps taken. Intention of the government also counts. But one point here, Daniele, is that so far on ground, we haven't seen big investments taking place in India, big plants coming, or Tesla, Apple, they are coming. So far, there are no big investments. But good thing is that the try is still there. And the intention of the government is still there. They are trying to attract investments, and this actually upgradation by the third party, Moody's, and the one that had come from World Bank Ease of Doing Business will go a long way in saying that India is the place to do business along with the big market.